Welcome to Hardback Life. It's time for stories, sass, and strong opinions. Let's turn the page. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Becca.
She's back, guys.
Don't count on it for long.
No, I know. I thought about playing that Eminem song, like, Guess Who's Back, but I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted issue, so I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think that we're allowed. We can sing it though. Guess who's back, 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 back
Back
again.
again. Eminem, hit us up. Backtrack.
Oh my god, literally.
I love him.
I don't even feel like talking about what's new is like relevant because I've been gone since I can't talk because I've been gone so long.
I know, just give us like a little check-in. I don't know.
I'm mentally ill and need to find a new home.
I mean, okay, I was gonna say the mentally ill's not that new, but the new home is new.
I know we don't talk about what we do, but I passed my exam that I needed to pass for school, so that was exciting.
Both, because you had two.
Yeah, I had two, so that was awesome. Internship is going.
It's
I love it though.
I know.
Obviously, no one knows what, but I'm loving it. And then,
Nope.
I don't know. Family's good.
Your son's gonna be 2, which is
I know.
insane. That's crazy
Yeah,
to me.
that's crazy.
What have you been reading other than
Okay,
textbooks?
I was gonna say other than textbooks.
Yeah.
My first book of 2026 was "Say You'll Remember Me" by Abby Jimenez. I am officially
Right.
a hashtag Abby Jimenez fan.
Okay.
I can't wait
love
to
that for
read
you.
the other two books. I can't wait to read the other two books.
She wrote The Passion Project, right? That book club read?
No,
Who wrote that?
I don't know.
That wasn't Abby
I
Jimenez?
forget. No, it wasn't Abby Jimenez.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm excited to read her. Before I was reading that, I was reading
You wanna say Amarantha, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Anathema, the gothic
Anathema.
dark romantasy. I'm trying to finish it. I'm trying to give it more time because I've contemplated DNFing multiple times just because it's really dark. I just don't think I'm in like a mental like headspace for some of the
Yeah.
darkness, but I took like a break. I read the Abby Jimenez and then I just finished Broken Country for our book club. So I think that was good. But I gotta say, like, I think that this year is not my romantasy year, is not my fantasy year. Like I did so much of it last year. Like I'm gonna read some, but like I think
Yeah.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready to shift back
To
to some
branch out.
genres, yeah, that I've ignored for a while.
I had the realization recently that I have not read a fantasy since November. The last one I read was Manacled. So I've been reading a lot of regular romance. And then because audiobooks are my New Year's resolution, I've been listening to them, but I'm mostly listening to nonfiction audiobooks.
Okay.
And then I've been reading. So I read Broken Country, which is not a romance, it's a thriller. What else have I actually like physically read? I did an arc, Love and
I
Other
haven't-
Brain Experiments, which was really cute.
Oh yeah,
It
you
was
just
my
put up
first
the
like
review on.
academic romance. It's cute.
You just put that review up on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
The last fantasy I read was mid-November to beginning of December. It was Rebel Witch, the Crimson Moth duology, the second book.
I miss it. Like I'm ready to go back to one, but it has like I was really enjoying the break for a while and then I started a book club at work. So I had to read what was it called?
She sounds so
Gone.
happy about it.
Yeah, well, no, it's fine. I had to read Gone Before Goodbye by Harlan Coben, I think, and Reese Witherspoon.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have high expectations because whenever you attach like a big celebrity's name, I don't really have a lot of faith in it, but it was between
You know what?
that.
I had a lot of faith though because it was Reese Witherspoon and like her list is pretty good.
I mean, the only other one I've read off her list was First Lie Wins, and I also didn't like that. So
Broken Country is off of her list.
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Broken Country's off her list. First Lie Wins, obviously. I've read a bunch of her older like list stuff. I haven't kept up with it recently because I went away from fantasy and I feel like she doesn't put she's good about like changing up the genres and I just got
Yeah.
out of that for a while, but maybe I'll get back into it.
No, I think it was all over the place. Like there was not one solid issue. There was like 18 issues that you had to follow the whole time. And then also choosing to romanticize anything about Russia right now feels not great to me.
Maybe it was just like bad timing that the book came out.
I don't know. Like how long have we not been fans of Russia for? Like a long time. So, right? Like as a country, it's been a while.
Okay, that's fair.
There's like 194 other countries you could have picked from, and you picked
God.
Russia.
Anyway, we're gonna stray from that. So yeah, I'm back to now. Ever since you called it Amarantha,
I can't not call it that. Am
Antithema,
Antithema,
I'm back to that. I read a little this morning. Honestly, I've really done like nothing.
reading-wise.
Honestly, like hobby wise, like nothing.
Yeah. I just finished my 11th book of the
Yeah,
year.
that's like a sick joke.
I'm telling you, audiobooks are a game changer.
I know.
I
I
also
just
never realized how long my commute was, I guess. But I listened to it in 2 times speed too, because that's, like, how fast I read.
okay. So you pick audiobooks over music, and I pick music over
Mhm.
audiobooks. So what's your like stance on choosing audiobooks over music?
I think I went through a kick where, like, I wasn't listening to any podcasts because I was listening to music, and now I'm just not listening to music because 'cause I'm listening to audiobooks, but Andrew's a really big music person, so it's not like I don't hear music every day, you know what I mean?
No, that makes sense.
Like, I haven't listened to, like, Alex Warren or I don't know, that was, like, my big hyperfixation for a while.
I still haven't listened to his entire album.
The second one.
Yeah. I have like my like chunk of songs that I listen to from it. I need to listen to the rest of it because I really want to.
No, I've listened to snippets, but I haven't made it through one whole song yet. Hopefully, I'll get there.
Maybe we should try to do that. That would be some good exposure therapy.
Yeah. I feel like I've been really good lately about it, but like my dad, but I some triggers are still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when the triggers come, we push through.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
So let's talk about why we're here today because I'm excited to talk about this topic.
Bridgerton.
So Cassie is a pain in my fat ass. Because she refuses to watch the new season of Bridgerton until all of it comes out because she
Yeah,
wants to just like
I
binge
hate when
it.
they do these mid-season breaks. So I'll start it the week the second part comes out so that by the time I'm finished, I can go right to it.
It's like a no, it's like think of it like a duology. Like
Yeah,
you get a little bit and then you like take a break and then you get the rest of it.
who are you telling takes a break between duology books? Because it's not me.
I have.
I don't. The only time I took a break was when I was waiting for the branded second to come
Mm.
out because I didn't realize it had just released.
I took a break in
And the last
between
one.
One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, and I also took a break between Heartless Hunter and Rebel Witch.
No, any breaks I take in a series are completely unintentional because I didn't realize the other books weren't out yet.
Oh, okay. See, I can take breaks in between series.
No, no,
Sometimes
no, no.
it's too long.
Right, we're back. You can't actually tell. I mean, you can, but we had to take a little break there of a couple days.
It's just 24 hours.
No, 48. We recorded on Friday initially.
Yes,
Sunday.
you're right. The time goes by too fast for me.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so we're back. Oops.
But you would never know because it didn't affect the episode. We just figured we'd let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just getting into what we were here to discuss,
Yeah.
and
Which
then
is,
everything went awry.
yeah. I wasn't gonna go into details, but
No, I'm not going
shit
into
happened,
details.
guys. It's fine.
Um, yeah, we are here to talk about the second Bridgerton book, The Viscount Who Loved Me.
And I love him.
Yeah. Well,
Really, I don't know if I love Anthony, but I love me some Jonathan Bailey. So there's that.
yes. And I had watched the show. We talked about this last time, but I had watched the
Mhm.
show before I read the book. So like the whole time I read this book, I just saw I don't know why I just said that. Saw. Um
So,
I just saw
so,
Jonathan Bailey. But it's funny because in the show, like a lot
yeah.
of like other races and ethnicities and cultures are represented in the books. They're like all white.
Yeah. So like last time I do have at the end differences between the show and the book. I watched season 1 and 2 before reading the books. So I also already had those characters like in my head. But then I read the rest before watching the 3rd season.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But I had I read the rest without watching the 3rd season, but I had seen the first 2 and Queen Charlotte.
I think I was reading while watching Queen Charlotte because like they're kind of not tied together.
Yeah.
I mean they are because it's the same like Bridgerton universe, but like the Queen's barely in the books. So
Yeah.
it's not like
Well,
it gave much away.
I'll read the synopsis to give a little bit of context
Okie dokie.
about the summary because obviously this is the Viscount's book, Anthony
Mhm.
Bridgerton, who is the firstborn in the Bridgerton family. And yeah, so here we go. The Viscount Who Loved Me is about Anthony Bridgerton, a man who decides very confidently and very wrongly that feelings are a terrible idea and the best way to live is to marry someone he absolutely will not fall in love with. Enter Edwina Sharma, kind, beautiful, and emotionally safe. Perfect. Nothing could go wrong. Unfortunately for Anthony, Edwina comes with her older sister Kate, whose hobbies include seeing through his nonsense immediately, arguing with him at every opportunity, and having intense eye contact that lasts several business days.
Several
What
business days.
follows, literally several business days. What follows is one Viscount insisting he is immune to love, two people who claim to hate each other but are clearly one dramatic violin cover away from combusting, a lot of competitive banter, scandal adjacent situations, and emotions being repressed with Olympic level commitment. And in short, a man tries to avoid love, accidentally invents yearning, and spends the rest of the book being outmatched by a woman who refuses to let him get away with being emotionally incompetent.
Yeah, I love that about Kate. Like, she just doesn't play into it at all, and I love that.
Yeah, and so yeah, we'll just like jump right in. Anthony's vow to avoid love because of trauma and duty.
Get it. Like, I do understand. So he's afraid of falling in love because of how much it hurts people. Because he's like convinced in the show and the book that he's never going to live longer than his father. He's never going to, like, I forget how old his dad was, 41 or something. He's like, I'm going to
Um,
die when I'm 40 because I'm never meant to live longer than my father.
yeah, like his dad was still really young when he got
Yeah.
stung by the bee. Also, I'm not like doing spoilers in this because if you're watching this episode and you haven't watched Bridgerton then or read it, I don't know. So
Yeah.
this is the
Sorry.
warning. I'm just
That's
gonna
your
like
warning.
openly discuss.
Yeah, so his dad died while still young, so I get and he saw, like, what it did to his mother and his other siblings. Sorry, it's really windy and my window's open. So I get the fear of, like, falling in love and then either losing that person or being the one who passes and then knowing what it's gonna do to them. Like, I do truly understand
Yeah, he
that.
basically was like, I don't want to cause anybody like that amount of pain.
Yeah, and I get it. I don't think duty necessarily has to do with it. I mean, he knows he needs to get married for duty, so, like, maybe that's where that comes in. Maybe he just wants to,
Well, I mean, I
you
think
know.
he just doesn't want to like be involved with love because of all of his duties as the Viscount.
Yeah, he just doesn't think he could ever be his dad. Like, he's like, "I am such a lesser version of my father. Like, I can never do all of that for my family and this job and still, like, have love to give to people."
Honestly, Anthony's main issue is like identity. Like
Yeah.
he loses himself after his dad dies and doesn't really know like what to do with it, and he's still like a
Mhm.
child himself, and his mom is like basically null and void because of grief, and he has to take on the entire estate, and like his dad dies and like immediately he's like called
Yeah, he
Viscount,
was either
and
just finishing school or, like, just finished, so he was, like, very young, and
he
his
was a
mom was
baby.
still pregnant with Hyacinth, like, they hadn't even finished the family yet, technically. So I do get like, I truly understand not wanting to have love because you're afraid of the pain. I get it.
No, I get it. I mean, I think it's in the grand scheme of things obviously stupid,
I mean, I
but
don't think they had therapists back during these Regency times for him to address his issues with.
no, definitely not. We were not an emotionally intelligent society at the time.
Are we now? I don't know.
You know, that's a whole
That
other
we'll leave that there for you to think
can
about.
of worms that I'm not gonna go down. I do not feel as though this book, I don't know, like, I don't feel this book is true enemies to lovers. Like, they're not like, they just don't like each other. They're just quarreling.
Yeah, I mean, I think Enemies to Lovers has, like, a backstory there
Yeah,
where, like,
enemies to
there's,
lovers is
like
like, I hate you. Like, I
yeah.
hate you. Like, I hate looking at you. Like, and I know, like, in the show, like, that's very portrayed that way between Kate and Anthony, but not like if you've read an enemies to lovers fantasy, like, and
Yeah.
like a real enemies to lovers, like, this is just, they're just
It's more, I would say,
annoyed.
like, forced proximity because they have to be
Yeah.
together all the time.
Yeah, because of everything with him, like, courting her sister.
Yeah, like, I would the main trope, I think a lot of people call this enemies to lovers, I would say it's more forced proximity.
Yeah, because if he's courting Edwina, then he has to be around Kate, and
Yeah,
she's always there.
and
She's also protecting her sister.
as in the show, sorry, Kate's father is passed, so Edwina is technically her stepsister, and the mother is her stepmother, but they're all very close, like, just as in the book or sorry, just as in the show, if you didn't read the book. They're all very close, she very much sees Kate as her own daughter, so but Kate feels that extra responsibility because she doesn't have a father, and she feels like she needs to not s Edwina's half sister, sorry, not stepsister.
Yeah.
She feels the need to since she has the most blood of the father, like, kind of be that person in this type of society for Edwina.
Yeah.
I really like she might be one of my favorite non-Bridgerton family members.
Edwina?
No, Kate.
Kate.
I really like Kate.
Yeah. See, I saw her hold on, let me find a picture really quick because I have a picture of who she reminded me of reading the book. So, like, obviously, I had
Mhm.
a hard time not imagining Kate from the
As she
show,
is
like
in
the
the show,
actress who
yeah.
played her in the show, because in the book, they are white, and in the show,
And
they are
blonde. Like, made a
yeah,
very big point of talking about how blonde they were. But the actresses who play Kate and Edwina, it's, like, unfair how beautiful both of them are. I'm just gonna throw that in there.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's, like, not okay.
I can't find a picture of her, but, like, there's, like, the stereotypical princess and Princess and the Frog, like,
Oh, the
Tiana's
blonde one?
story. Yes, and that's who I
Yeah.
saw reading this as Kate, and it did really throw me off
Mm.
knowing that the races were different because I was, like, so
Yeah.
attached to the show.
And I like with the show's backstory of Kate where her and I think the book is very similar, but not with the whole India tie-in,
No,
where
and you also don't get as much backstory on, like, Anthony and the Viscount and, like, the Viscount's
Mhm.
death. I feel like you get more of that in the show.
Oh, I think you get a lot of I don't know, I'm so torn because it's been a while since I've, like, watched and or read
Yeah.
this season/ slash this book. I do feel like you got more of Kate's backstory in this maybe than Anthony's, because you got to hear her thoughts about, like, what she could remember of her mother and, like, the storms with her father and things like that. You did get more of that from her in the book, and I
Oh,
liked
yeah,
that.
you totally got more internal well, I mean, in any book, you get more internal dialogue with the
Yeah,
characters.
but I can't honestly remember. I think more so than getting more background on Anthony and his father, we got more background on Anthony's mental health in the book, like his mental stance with
That's fair.
everything, and I liked that.
Yeah, I did like that too, because like,
Yeah.
you get the internal, really, war that he's battling.
Yeah, it made his choices and his almost like I don't know the word, but like his dryness make more sense. Like he was trying not to get close to his siblings or his mother or like not just avoid love and marriage, but avoid love, period. And
Yeah.
hearing his thoughts around it and getting to understand like how he felt about losing his father, I think that was a nice touch in the book.
No, I agree. I mean, getting more of the, like, interpersonal, like, viewpoint of the
Thank
character
you.
is
Yes, I
always
couldn't think of it.
it's always the benefit of the books, I feel,
Yeah.
which I appreciated. But yeah, Kate, I don't know, yeah, obviously, like, I think I prefer the show version of Kate
Hmm.
just purely because I like, that's what I watched first and or that's what I experienced first and, like,
Yeah.
became attached to, but, I mean, both Kates push boundaries and
Yeah. In both book and show, I think Kate
don't
is
care.
probably my favorite outside of Bridgerton. I mean, she becomes a Bridgerton, obviously, but wasn't born into it.
Yeah,
She's my
I
favorite.
agree.
Like, Penelope is fine, I guess. Most of the other one are men,
Yeah.
and no man is as good as, like, the Bridgertons,
Yeah, I know.
you know?
We kind of already touched on that, but why is this one a fan favorite?
I don't know, I think Anthony is a fan favorite, especially from the show. I mean, Jonathan Bailey really does, like, a great job, and I think he is just a fan favorite, and that might be why this book is a fan favorite.
Yeah, I would be curious to know, like, before the show came out, or like to find other people that have also read the books and to
Yeah.
know what their favorite book was because my favorite book is An Offer from a Gentleman, and
Mhm, which is Benedict's.
which is Benedict's story, which is on now. And I watched the first 4 episodes.
Nope,
Um, I don't
I'm
know,
all
Cassie's boycotting it. I think we talked
no,
about that last
I'm
time.
not boycotting it, I'm just waiting. I don't
You're
like when
boycotting starting it now.
yeah, I don't like when they separate a season like that.
I know,
I
but
don't have
it
the
it
patience.
gives you, like, the buildup, you know?
Nah, I don't need it. Delayed gratification for me all the way.
Mm.
Are they doing a good job though? Like, let's throw that in there because I do wanna know.
Well, okay, so before we do that,
Okay, we can come back to that at the end maybe.
let's talk book versus show because that's, like, a good leeway into it.
So, the one big one you kept saying is how much more diverse the show is than the books, and that's true because in the books, it's very much like the old and everybody is white kind of thing, and in the show, which I think is a big reason they did Queen Charlotte, because it explained why there are Black people mixed into the court, and not just Black, but all ethnicities mixed in. It was because, according to Queen Charlotte, the king purposefully married a Black wealthy family so that he could mix the court and desegregate it. So that's why it is the way that it is on the show.
Well, and I think that's the layer that you get with knowing Queen Charlotte's backstory, and which is
Yeah.
like I think my biggest thing with the books and the show and why I struggle with people who not compare them, but people who expect like the show that is going to be the same as the book.
Mhm.
The show adds like an extra layer. Like, Lady Danbury really isn't, I mean, she's in and out of the books, but like
Yeah.
she's not as big of a character. She still is, but like she's not as big of a character. The Queen's like null and void. The Queen is
Yeah.
like not
The
even like a
diamond thing.
yeah, like yeah, that's all like not a thing in the books. And so like I enjoy the differences. Like I enjoy the little side quests
Mhm.
that the show has and you get like the side quest with Violet, like their mom, and I really like that. But yeah, no. So yeah, the books being like not as racially diverse was really hard in this one. It wasn't very hard in the first one, but it was hard in this one with Kate for some particular reason.
Main characters now are.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then a big difference was well, actually, there's 2. Actually, this isn't even the biggest difference, but you have Anthony never proposes to Edwina in the book. She's very much only into it for duty, and in the show, she, like, really starts to have feelings for him and is actually interested in him.
Yeah, in the show, she, like, really fell for him, and in
She
the book,
did.
it is just like she had the same mindset as him, like, "I'm marrying into this wealthy family for my family. We'll like each other, and that's fine."
Well, and I think that Edwina felt like that in the show, but I think that there was genuine attraction to the Viscount. Like she was like seeking after like the most eligible bachelor, whereas like in the book, again, like the focus wasn't on Edwina. Like they really in the books only focus on pretty much the 2 main characters of that book.
Yeah, the siblings are not involved.
You
That's
don't get
another I really like about the show too. I
you don't
love
get the
having the
side
whole family.
quests.
Yeah.
This is the biggest one. So in the show, obviously Anthony proposes to Edwina and they like
Like,
go to the altar and
literally are
then there's
getting
like
married.
a literal like I was going to say altercation, but it wasn't an
Yeah,
altercation. It
it was
was
like
like
a
a
moment.
yeah, like Anthony and Kate have a moment where they're actually starting to have feelings for each other and then it kind of all goes downhill from there.
It's
But
like
in
that
the
Friends episode where
oh my
Ross
god,
is
Ross
getting
says the
married
wrong
to
name.
Emily, and he says Rachel's name. I literally is pretty much what the show was.
No, that literally is exactly what it was.
Yeah.
That's, like, one of my favorite parts of Friends,
I
which
love Friends.
originally, fun fact, like, it wasn't supposed to happen that way, like,
I
that was,
know,
like,
it
a
was
very,
he
like
accidentally said it, like, while filming, and people
yeah,
thought it
and then
was
they were
funny.
like, "Yes, oh my god,
Yeah,
we're doing that." Excuse me, I am, like, drinking soda, I don't know why I'm doing that.
me too.
But, yeah, so in the book, Kate and Anthony are forced to marry because people catch them in the garden
Mhm.
after he gets stung by the bee, which happens in the show. I think it's
In the
more
show,
of a
she gets stung by the bee, though, because she
oh, yeah,
makes
wait,
him
I'm sorry, she gets stung by the bee, but she also gets stung by the bee in the book.
I think so, and she, like, very much has to calm him down, and at first, she's, like, kind of like, "What is wrong with you? It's a bee, relax." And then he has to explain to her or no, he doesn't even explain it. I think it's one of his siblings who ends up being like, "Sorry, he freaked out, like, our father died from a bee sting," you
I
know?
think that's how it ends up.
I think in both, yeah, but in the show, they don't get caught.
No, they don't get caught
Yeah,
being alone together in the garden, but in the book
no.
they do, and that's how they're forced to marry. So, like, that's, like, a really big plot change.
Yeah, in the show, they almost have, like, an affair. As he's courting Edwina, he's stealing away moments with Kate in the forest by, like, his dad's grave or something, which I thought was a weird choice, but okay, go for it.
Oh, no, they don't have, like, a moment back there. They happen upon it when they're playing the game. Like, it's
That's right. They
they,
have a
like,
moment
fall in the mud and they
elsewhere
laugh. They have
instead.
a moment on the
Yeah,
grounds of Bridgerton House, I think, or the
that's
country
right.
or wherever where they, like, have sex or get together underneath
Yes.
the
In
thing,
the book,
but
that is not a thing. They
no,
might kiss, might.
there's not as much, like
There's no heat from
honestly,
them until after the wedding.
the book is like a happy accident vibe,
Mhm.
whereas, like, the show is, like, very purposeful and, like, he
Yes.
does decide to propose to Edwina and, like, they're, like, yearning for each other. I
I
mean,
do
they
like
yearn
it
for each
both
other in the
ways.
book, but
I like it both ways, like, I wasn't upset that the show changed it. It needed a
no,
little more drama, you know, but
I
I do
agree.
like the way the book does it also.
Yeah, I prefer the show.
Do
This
you?
book I think because I watched the show first, I think this book didn't do it for me as much.
Mm,
Same with the first one, same with, like, book 1, Daphne and Simon, like, that one
yeah,
didn't do it for me, but, like, we hadn't seen the show depiction of, like, Benedict's book and
yeah,
or I think I had seen Penelope and Colin's season before I read the book. Yeah, I
yeah,
did.
I didn't.
You did not, but I did. He was, like, much more of a dick in the book
I
than
hated
he was
him
in the
in the book
show.
and the show, so I
He's not
really
as rude in the show.
They're
Well, I
my
mean, he has his moments, but
they're my least favorite couple. I just think Colin was a dick all the way around. The other interesting thing that's different in this book than the others is that they really get married like halfway through. And then the whole second half is about figuring out marriage and then falling in love. Usually they at least acknowledge to themselves they're in love before they get married. But in this one, they're like, it is what it is. We're stuck in this. We got to like each other.
yeah, and then they end up falling in love after the
Yeah.
fact. I feel like that's the biggest. Yeah, that's the biggest one, and yeah, it wasn't my fave. Whereas, like, I don't know. Again, like I think I agree with you. Like Penelope and Colin, like their
Yeah.
show season, like the book, but
Yeah.
Benedict, An Offer from a Gentleman, like the book was so good, and the
Mhm.
show is so good too. And
Is
there's
it?
a lot of and there's a lot of
Did you
people
know
that are
Cho Chang is
complaining.
in it? Oh, wait, I think we talked about that when we recorded
Yes,
the first
Cho
time.
Chang is the stepmother,
Yeah.
and I think people are complaining because like is it like some people think it's too Cinderella-y.
Well, a meme that I've seen, a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff.
Yes.
People are like, Benedict is giving Austin Ames energy because literally all that's changing their identity is the mask. Like, you can very much tell who they are.
Yeah, I mean, her face, like, is covered up by a pretty decent mask in the
I
show, but
saw in
yeah,
her
like
picture, it comes down a little bit farther than, like, Hilary Duff's.
yeah, no, it is very much giving Austin Ames, and I
Yeah.
think people are upset by some of the things that are happening in the show and, some like that you remember the offer that Benedict makes.
I think so.
You can cut it out. He, like, offers her to be his mistress because, like, from his
Yes,
point of
yes,
view,
yes,
like,
yes,
that's the
yes.
only, like, way that he can offer her a better life, and
Yeah.
people are very upset about that, and they just think, well, that's, like, the point. Like, the point is to watch that, like,
They know.
yeah, like, Benedict doesn't understand that that's an insult and, like,
Mhm.
learning and that it's part of Benedict's growth, you know? I don't know, I just, like, love Benedict so much, like, he's so goofy, and they, like, do justice to
Benedict is
that.
probably my favorite Bridgerton
I
boy.
love Benedict so much.
I love him. I love Show Benedict. I love both of them. Show Benedict goes a little wild for me
Yeah.
in season 3 compared to Book Benedict, but, like, when he was high on that mushroom tea, I laughed so hard. That was
Mhm.
so funny.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy I think Show Benedict is my spirit animal.
I love that. I can see that. I see that.
Uh, like, totally. Like,
Yeah. I saw
he's just
Anthony and Kate are in this season too, with
yeah,
kids.
they're not
Did I
they're
see
not
that?
in the yeah, they're not in the first half, but they're in the second half, and their I think daughter makes a debut.
Though obviously I have read all the books, so, like, technically none of it is spoilers. I do still try to avoid anything on it because, like we said, they've thrown in little things that are different in every book. So even though I know where it's gonna end up, I'm still trying not to.
A big one is, like, Violet's storyline, like, you really get to, like,
I
see more of that,
saw that and I love it.
and you get
Violet
more
deserves it. Violet deserved it in the books, and I'm glad she's getting it in the show.
she's great.
You just get more
You
from the
get
other siblings as they get married too.
yes, like, you get more of, like it's interesting to watch how they set up Francesca's situation or, like, they are setting it up.
I'm not thrilled about that, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, we can go there another time.
Yeah.
Before we get into that mess, let's play a game.
Okay, so last time we did a Bridgerton episode, you and I played Smash or Pass, but I edited it out.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I didn't include it because we had already played another game and it was a longer episode, so I had
Oh,
taken it
okay.
out. And this time I have a list. Like last time I forgot, and we only did the siblings. So this time I have their like
Okay.
significant others. Okay, so Anthony. And you could say
Well,
show if they're different answers, you know what I mean? But I would
yeah,
smash both Anthony's,
yeah.
especially show Anthony because I love Jonathan.
We don't have to differentiate, we can just, like,
Yeah. Well,
clump them all
no, because
together.
the next one I'm gonna have to differentiate.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Like, what
Benedict.
you really, like, don't like that he swung both ways that hard?
It's not that he swung both ways, I don't care about that. It's that he got a little too experienced for me.
I, like, loved
He
it.
could have swung both ways in the book too, I wouldn't have cared, but I liked that he was, like, one of the more sheltered ones and as far as that went, you know?
Oh
Like, he
my
wasn't
god.
bragging about being what do they call it? A
A
rift?
rake, a
A rake?
rake.
I liked that about him. He was, like, a little more wholesome in that.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever was actually wholesome. I think he was always
Well,
like that behind dark closed doors.
no,
He was just more of
exactly.
the
But I liked that he kept it there. And like I said, maybe in the book, I mean, he's in the book, so it doesn't really happen anymore. But like that could have been all behind closed doors, and maybe Julia Quinn was picturing him like that the whole time, and that's fine. But I liked that it was a quiet thing with him. You know what
That's
I
fair.
mean? Because
Yeah.
I tend to be more quiet about that kind of stuff. So I
Mm.
liked that he was and not out bragging.
Well,
Not
I
that
mean,
he's out bragging, but he's out there being real
yeah.
open with stuff.
No, I would smash for sure.
I would smash book. Colin? No. Fuck you, Colin. I don't really
Yeah.
like you that much.
I don't care. Well, you know what? Actually, this is how I feel like this about Colin as you do like Benedict. Like
Mm.
I think yes to show Colin, no to book Colin. But mine's like opposite. But yeah,
Yeah.
no to book Colin. Book Colin was a big jackass.
No, Colin, I'm just and it's a shame because I really did like him. I really like that actor, Luke
Yes.
Newton, I think. I think he's adorable. Never. Colin is a no-go for me on all fronts.
Next.
What about the Duke?
Yes.
Daphne's. Yeah, I
Yes.
would too. I would too.
Yes. Yes.
Eloise's man. I
Sir
can't remember
Philip.
any of the other men's names.
Sir Philip.
Yes, because it's Sir Philip with love, duh. Yes.
No.
So here's the thing, book, yes, but if they keep that same show actor, it might be a no. I don't know. I'll ask
I'm just
Will to
gonna
get back to me on her season.
I'm just gonna say no.
No, but book, Philip is like my dream man. Like he's a nerd in a
See,
big
you really
in a big
loved that book, and I did not love that book as much as you did.
I loved that book. Well, it's basically Andrew, except instead of music, the guy liked plants. Like that's pretty much what it is for me.
Except he likes
So
plants.
yeah, I loved him. Francesca's, so we're gonna have to go on the book for her. Both of her men. I was
Honestly, I don't remember a lot about them, so I'm not gonna I don't think I have
the
an opinion
first
either
one,
way.
I feel like we didn't get a lot of, so, like, no, but I know they were best friends, but the second one
They
that we're
weren't
talking
best
about,
friends, they were brothers, right?
they were cousins in the book.
Cousins?
Yeah. I think
Cousins.
they're
Oh, yeah,
also
you're
cousins in the show
oh,
still,
they are cousins. I thought it was brother and
but
sister, but no, you're
that
right, it's
man,
cousins.
I love a good he falls first and harder, and that he is the epitome of that.
Yeah. I'm
I loved
curious to
that.
see how they do that in the show because obviously they have made the cousin a female and we're leading down the path that Francesca is interested in women. Don't know
And
if she's gay or if she is
just this particular
bisexual
woman,
or
yeah. Which, again, they could have done with almost any other sibling, but Francesca's story, I feel like, had so much meaning behind it, and so I'm upset that that's the sibling they're doing it with.
but you know what's really interesting though is like as I started to kind of watch the show, like how
Has
they're
it
doing
started to
it,
play out already?
it has.
Okay.
And I kind of appreciate it. I'm curious to see how they do the rest of it because I think
Mhm.
if they do the rest of it well, the very powerful storyline of what it is to like realize your sexuality could equate to how powerful an infertility storyline would be.
Imagine if they just picked a different sibling and they had both. You know what I mean? They had
Yeah,
the
maybe they
coming
have
to terms
plans to do the infertility stuff in
with
another
another
way.
one. Yeah, I don't know. I was upset about that, and I really like I said, I wouldn't have cared any other character, like Benedict, they made him bi, like, I love that for him, but I really, really liked Fran's story, and I think it's a plot line that doesn't get talked about a lot,
No, I agree.
so I'm upset that that's the one they chose, like, I feel like Hyacinth would have been fine for that. Hyacinth would have been great for that actually, with her book, the way it's, like, all sneaky and then all of a sudden they're just getting married, like, I think that would have been great. Gregory could have been I don't care, even Eloise's could have been, but I'm upset.
Gregory's Gregory's book was crazy.
I really liked Gregory's book,
I
but
did
I'm
too.
upset that they took the one with the most powerful storyline. Like, you could have
Mm.
made somebody else's
No, no,
storyline
I
just as
100%
powerful.
agree. I mean, that's why people are upset, but
Yeah.
we gotta move past. They've already done it. So we've got to accept the beauty in what they are creating
It
in
might ruin it
place.
for me.
It may, and that's okay.
I mean, I'll always love the
Um,
books, but
you rated it a
that one
4.
didn't. I did.
I rated it a 3 with the note that Kate and Anthony's journey to love was much different than in the show, which we have profusely discussed,
Yeah.
which was refreshing. Some personality differences were a bit of a bummer, but overall, I flew right through this read. It was an average read.
Yeah, I agree. This is when I first started doing Goodreads, so I think I was rating a little bit nicer. Like, I would agree this is, like, an average read. Like, I think 4 is a little generous, but
So maybe like a 3.5.
I had just started Goodreads at this point, So I was trying to be nicer, I think.
I think, yeah. I mean, that's just you in general in life. You're just trying to
Well,
be
yeah,
nicer.
I try.
You had some quotes. So we've got
I did.
quote number 1. Was it possible to fall in love with the same man over and over again every single day?
I love that. I think that's so sweet.
And then
And
the other
then
one is go
oh,
ahead.
sorry. So it's in the show also, but it's changed a little bit in the show because he says it to her, but in the book, he's thinking it. And then there was Kate Sheffield. Oh, that's right. Her last name's Sheffield in the book. I totally forgot. I typed shawarma the whole time. And then there was Kate Sheffield, the bane of his existence and the object of his desires all at once. I love that one. But I is more powerful in the show when you hear Jonathan Bailey
Oh
say
my
it to
god, hold
her.
on. I'm gonna look up that quote right now and I'm gonna read that to end like our little segment
Mhm.
here talking about it.
Oh, I totally forgot they had different last names too. That's crazy. See,
Okay, here we go.
that's I should refresh more before we record.
Fool, here we go. Hold on. Here it is. Here's the whole ready? Here's the whole
Mhm.
conversation. I'm gonna hit it.
From the show. Is it the show
Yeah.
it's right here?
I do not understand. Why are you suggesting this? All along, you've been set on marrying my sister, despite my every objection, might I add, and now you intend to cast her aside. Why? And do not talk to me of dowry, sir, for we both know you have no need of it. So tell me, what has she done? Anthony Bridgerton, Lord Anthony Bridgerton. She has done nothing. It is you. You have made this match impossible. And she says, but I'm leaving for India. And he says, and it is not far enough. Do you think that there is a corner of this earth that you could travel to, far away enough to free me from this torment? I am a gentleman. My father raised me to act with honor, but that honor is hanging by a thread that grows more precarious with every moment I spend in your presence. You are the bane of my existence and the object of all of my desires. Night and day I dream of you and what I exhales. Do you even know all the ways a lady can be seduced, the things I could teach you? And she responds, I did not ask for this. To be plagued by these feelings, hiding from my sister, being driven to distraction every time you enter the room. And then he says, you agree it is unsupportable. And she said, it is impossible. And he said, if I wed your sister, it will bind me and you together for eternity. And I will spend every day of my marriage wanting you, dreaming of you, and dreading the day when my last thread of honors finally snaps. Is that the future that you want for us and for your sister? That's like the perfect scene to describe the tension that you get in the show that you do not get in the
Yeah.
book.
Spoiler alert, his, it didn't last much longer than that sentence. His, like what did he call it?
His, like, the thread broke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thread just snapped immediately after this conversation, if my memory serves correct.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
That's another thing too. In the book, I actually don't remember if the whole her going to her mother's family for the dowry, because in the show, that was, like, a real big part of it, and it all came
Yeah.
out, and it was a scandal, and I don't think that was a thing in the book.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah. I don't think so, because that was kind of what blew up and kind of forced them to get married, Jonathan and Edwina, that
Yes.
to avoid that scandal.
Yeah.
So now that you just read that, I don't think that was a thing in the book either.
I don't think so. I would bet money that it was not.
I loved Newton the dog in the book and the show.
Oh,
So cute.
and the fact that he was a corgi, that was great.
Yeah, and that when he got wet at some point, he listened to her so well, and he shook all of the wetness onto
Mhm.
onto Anthony. I loved it. I love a good spiteful dog.
Well, we talked about ending our episode with our January recap because we've been not we, I have been awful at getting our recaps together.
It's
And I figured it would
okay.
be fun to, like, chit chat.
Yeah, I gotta get mine out. I did a lot, guys.
Yeah, I don't wanna even talk about yours. I'm just gonna go ahead and do mine because yours is,
Yeah,
like,
you go
10
for it.
miles long. You're just gonna have to, like
It's not that long.
You read 12 books in January, didn't you?
11, I lied. I counted wrong.
Okay, well, 11 is still a lot. It's one less than 12. I read 2 books
That's
to
still
your
good. With all of your tests and everything you had going on, that is still good.
No,
2
you're right.
books that are not textbooks.
Seriously. I read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I am officially an Abby Jimenez stan.
I love that.
I'm
I need to
reading
try one of hers.
Just for the Summer right now, which I know is technically the 3rd book, but I'm just reading them out of order.
Oh, was Say You'll Remember Me a series? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so there's a new one coming out in March, I believe.
Okay. So there's how many then will that make?
I don't know. I don't know if it's, like, the same characters every time or if it's just in the same world.
Like
Like, I'm
how it
not really
rotates
sure how
through.
she works, yeah. Say You'll Remember Me was really good. The premise was basically a girl meets guy, and he's super attractive. They compare him in the book to Rhysand.
That's so funny.
Pop culture references there. And she's moving across the country because her mom has dementia and needs, like, assistance,
I
and
love that.
he's like, "What? You're leaving? Like, we just met and, like, went on this date," and it's basically about their love story, which is good. And then we read Broken Country for book club, and I really liked that one. I gave it a 4. I said I really enjoyed this one. It was a humble small town vibe with a few twists and turns. I
Mhm.
know there's mixed reviews, so I'm curious to have book club tonight, but
I am
I
too.
liked it. It was very much like the simple small town girl has to choose between first love and current person and or current husband,
Yeah,
and it
but,
was
like,
it was cute. But
it was,
more.
like, 20 or 30 years at no, they were only in their 30s, I think, actually, that was so dramatic. It was, like, 10 or 12 years after.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't like she was actively deciding between the 2 of them.
Yeah, like, she had already been married for, like, 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so now tell us about your 11 books.
Okay, so my first one was The Land of Sweet Forever, Stories and Essays by Harper Lee. That had come out last year, so I got it over Christmas. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, I she's my favorite author, and we have so little by her, so I was just excited to get anything from her, and it's fun because I don't know if you know this, but she based her characters so Scout is her. So in the short story, she's still
Yes, you
talking about
did.
herself as, like,
I
Louise,
think you
and then
told me that.
Atticus is based on her father, so, like, she's still using Atticus as, like, the father figure. But we get some about when she moves to New York and, like, her relationship with Al Capone, and not that they were together. I also read, but on audiobook, The House My Mother Built: A Daughter's Quest for Freedom, which is Ruby Frankie's daughter. I forgot the mother's
Yeah,
name.
Sarah read that one too.
Yeah, it's the oldest daughter. It was so sad, but also, sorry, I think the dad's just as guilty. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because I think silence in this case was compliance, and he let all of those things happen to his kids.
Well, I mean,
Because
choosing
he
to do nothing is still a
willingly
choice.
he was like, "Well, I'm not supposed to talk to them to save my marriage." Well, fuck your marriage because you have children involved, and the children's safety comes first. So, whatever, sir, you don't deserve them. I read The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins, which is like a modern take on Jane Eyre, and I
Mm,
really enjoyed that. I've seen a lot of her books. I think she just released another one. I enjoyed it.
okay.
You might like it. I'm pretty sure they're all thrillers. I read Sociopath, which I struggled with a lot. That's like a whole thing we can get into. I don't know if I didn't like it because I don't like her, or if I didn't like it because I don't understand enough about sociopathy, and maybe that's why I don't like her. You know what I
I
mean?
just don't think you understand enough about
Yeah,
sociopathy.
I do lean towards the latter of, like, I don't have, like, this great understanding of sociopathy, but, like, I don't know, I've also, after finishing it, read other reviews and things, and I guess, like, her degree is very questionable, like, she went to, like, a university that's known for, like, churning out degrees, and, like, some of the
Hmm,
stories might not have matched up. I don't know.
interesting.
Whatever. I read The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie, which is a Frida McFadden novella. Didn't look
Mm.
into anything about it, but it's all satire, and I didn't realize that at first. And then I'm listening to it, and I'm like, "What the fuck is happening? This is so weird." And then partway through, I looked it up, and it's like, "Huh, this was such a funny thing of Frida to do, ha ha." And I was like, "Oh, okay, it's a joke. I get it." Let's see. Broken Country, I also gave a 4. I was just torn at the ending. I don't know who I wanted her to end up with, but I didn't feel super vindicated by the ending either.
Yeah, no, I didn't either.
Yeah. I read On Writing, a memoir of the craft by Stephen King. That was another audiobook. I also found it interesting because he talks about Harper Lee and is like, why the fuck would such an amazing writer only give us 1 book? I don't understand.
Mm.
Um, and I agree, Stephen King. I read Gone Before Goodbye by Reese Witherspoon and Harlan Coben. What a
You
mess.
talked a little bit about
Yeah.
that, I think, in the introduction of the episode that we recorded a couple days
I
ago.
I don't think you need to read it, but that's just me. I read listened to the 48 Laws of Power. That was like a 22-hour audiobook that took a lot out of me. The Greatest Love Story Ever Told by Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally. Do you know who they are?
No.
Nick
We're
Offerman is
gonna
from
have to when we edit, we'll have to, like, put pictures
little
of the
pictures,
books
I was
up,
thinking
yeah.
that. Nick Offerman is from Parks and Recreation. He's Ron Swanson.
Okay.
And Megan Mullally is his wife. She's actually also on it. She's Tammy the librarian, but she's more known for Will and Grace. They're married, so it's
'Kay.
about how they met. It's like their whole story. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars, but I think honestly, 1, I don't think I could ever read it. I listened to it as an audiobook, and it was just the 2 of them talking, so I can't even imagine what reading that looked like.
Mm.
And 2, I love them so much, so, like, maybe it was just an okay book, but, like, I genuinely just love Nick Offerman so much, so he gets bonus stars.
Fair.
And then my last was an ARC, Love and Other Brain Experiments, and I really enjoyed that. It was super cute. I gave it 4 stars. It was my first, like, academic romance, so that was, like, a fun twist involved. It was
I want
science.
to read The Love Hypothesis.
Yeah, I do too. That was also originally Star Wars fan fiction. Did you know that?
I was the one that told you that. Fun fact.
Damn it. I thought Angie told me that.
No, but Ren and or
Kylo,
yeah, Ren and Kylo
which,
Ren.
like, I'm fine with. They're, like, kind of related, so
It's fine. Whatever.
I don't care. I'm currently listening to Disney adults, but I think I'm gonna DNF that.
That's fair. I don't think it's your vibe.
No, I really like, I was accepted that I was a Disney adult, but listening to this, I'm like, I must not be because I don't like, I love the parks. If I could go more often, I would, but, like, I'm not, like, counting the days down until I can get to these parks again or, like, spending my whole credit card on these parks,
Okay,
like,
I'm not spending my whole credit card on these parks, but I am counting down the days until I can go back every single time I come home.
I think people think I'm a bigger fan than I am. Like, it's like when you tell somebody you love, like, manatees, and then everything they buy you after that is a manatee, you know? So
Well, I
you
said
can't
this to you
tell them that you don't, like,
yes.
you're just, like, okay about manatees.
Well, I said this to you the other day, but I think you are an adult that likes Disney, and
Yeah.
you are not a Disney adult.
Yeah, like,
I
don't
think there
lo
are
I still love
tiers.
it. Yeah.
I think there are tiers to Disney adult, and
I think I'm,
if
like, right below an official Disney adult.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't
Now
clip the
me,
ears. I I get to the parks
oops.
when I can, which is not often because 'cause they're, like, disgustingly expensive. I don't keep up with the new movies. Like, I don't really watch those. Like, I'm a classic Disney lover, you know?
It's nostalgic for you.
It is, and I love it, and like I said, because I've always loved it, I think people think that it's, like, the center of my world, but it's not. I still love
No,
it.
I thought you were when we first met, I thought you were obviously a bigger fan than you are, but
I think it's
then
just the vibes I give off as a person. Like, I try to be very happy and, like, I have a higher pitched voice, I think, and so I think I just give off,
hi
like,
y'all, see you real soon.
yeah, I think I give off Disney adult vibes. I'm an average Disney lover.
No, me, Disney adult.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
yeah.
Which and I have friends that are more like even more Disney adults. Like I'm getting ready to go on one of my best friend's bachelorette trips, and she is more of a Disney adult than even me.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, and, like, when we went a few years ago now, oh my gosh, no, it's been a little bit too, like, I l thoroughly enjoyed my entire time there. Like, I love Disney, but I am not, like, I know somebody who goes to Disney, like, once a month, like, I can't be doing that.
I when I'm like actually like bringing in like income again and like our lives are like a little more stable, like I will be an annual pass holder.
I
I
mean,
will
it
go
works
twice a
out
year.
with how much you like, if you go enough to do the annual pass, but, like, I also with the parks, the amount of people outweigh what I get out of the park.
Well, that's a shame for you.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I love it, but by the end of the week, I'm like, "Wow, that was a lot of fucking people." Like, that's I'm drained, I'm ready to not be in these parks for a little bit.
I'm more so just physically drained like from the exhaustion of like being like on the go. Like
No,
it's
no,
not the
no.
people.
Mine's the people. I'm not a people-y person. I have my friends, but I don't like people that much. Like, I really try. But if you notice when we do stuff for the podcast and we're, like, out in the world videotaping, I usually try to avoid being the one that has to talk to the other people. Like, and I appreciate everybody.
Listen,
It's not that I hate specific people. I just really am so self-conscious and so uncomfortable that like, I sweat. I can't handle it.
we both take on different roles. Like
Yeah.
you step in and record solo episodes when am having 10 million existential crises, and
Yeah.
I step in when we have like out in the world podcast things to do and you don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, like, I'm excited to get to hear what they have to say, and I'm excited to get to talk to other people about books and everything, but, like, the actual act of speaking to people I don't know it's a form of torture for me. Like, if the government ever wants to get secrets out of me, just make me talk to random people for an hour. That's how you're gonna do it. That would be it.
Well, now if the government ever listens to our podcast, they know how to get the secrets out of you.
I mean, they must be real desperate if they're coming to me for secrets because
Yeah.
I don't have any, so
Yep. Well, we can end there.
yeah.
That was anticlimactic.
I don't know what we're doing next time. I don't even know if you'll be here next time technically.
Let's see.
We'll see.
Let's look
There'll
at
be
the good old.
something. I don't
There'll
know
be
what.
something.
There'll be something.
Yeah, we don't know what, but there'll be something.
Yeah.
Honestly, we'll probably, I was going to say, like the second half of An Offer from a Gentleman comes out at the end of February. So I feel
Yeah.
like after February, we can do An Offer from a Gentleman and like talk about the book versus the show. So
Yeah,
that'll be
I
a
think that's a
minute.
good
We'll have to do
idea.
some other things in there. But yeah,
Yeah.
like Cassie said, not really sure what, but there'll be something.
There'll be something.
We still have to do our blog from the trip we took in December.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were
That
doing
I've
that.
really, yeah, that's, yeah, I still need to do the blog.
Okay, maybe we can post it for, like, a Valentine's Day special or something, even though
That'd be,
we'll be with all those same people again.
yeah. Okay, well, with that,
Hold
shall
on, something I think we should start saying is, and I hate when people on podcasts say it, but I get it, is that if you're listening or you're watching, if you could just, like, give us a like or a rating or
oh
something.
my god. No, it's like always like the
The
expected thing at the end
self-promotion.
of a podcast. Like if
Yeah.
you're listening, like the best way that you can support is to get the word out there and share.
So please just like us and rate us if you like us.
It's been so long since I've done the exit, but
I know, I've gotten it down now.
why don't
Also,
you just
just
go
all the
ahead and do
social
it?
media, just like that. I updated the website with my mom recently, so it
Oh,
looks good.
cool.
Yeah. No, people wanna hear you. They're
Oh
tired of
yeah, I
me.
remember. Stay cunning, stay brave, and remember you are your own high lady.
Bye, guys.
It took a minute to come back.